Welcome to Manchester United news. Christian Eriksen sends warning to Rasmus Højlund and makes prediction about the new Man United striker. Manchester United midfielder Christian Eriksen has warned Rasmus Højlund that he will need to adapt quickly to the Premier League but thinks the young striker has the quality to do so. Højlund joined United from Atalanta earlier this month for a fee that could be as much as £72 million. The 20-year-old is seen as a hot prospect but has been unable to make his debut for the Reds due to injury. The Dane has caused quite a stir on the international scene, having scored 6 goals in his first 6 games for Denmark. Højlund met Eriksen on international duty, and the United midfielder is expecting big things from his compatriot. In an interview with United's official website, Eriksen said, "He's a guy who holds his ground. He doesn't back down from anything. He's really a front foot guy, who is aggressive and really attack-minded. But, at the same time, a nice guy outside of football. I will definitely pass my experience of the Premier League on, but he will definitely see it for himself," he added. The Premier League is different compared to any other league he's been at before. So he's going to have to adapt. But I'm sure he will adapt quickly. The arrival of Højlund means there are now 2 Danes in the United squad. Old Trafford has been home to some brilliant Danish players in the past, and Eriksen says it cannot be understated how much this means to his homeland. "I know it's been a massive thing and still is," he added. "Obviously, it's going to explode even more when he is going to have his debut. I'm happy there's another Dane at United who can show off the Danish flag." According to reports, Manchester United have discussed a move for Pierre-Emile Højbjerg as Erik ten Hag's late midfield additions, with Tottenham willing to open negotiations for the Danish star. Manchester United are weighing up a move for Tottenham midfielder Pierre-Emile Højbjerg in the remaining days of the transfer window, according to reports. The Red Devils are looking to conduct late business in the window that shuts on Friday, with Erik ten Hag desperate to reinforce his midfield with further bodies. Højbjerg hasn't been the first name on United's shortlist but could be braced for a late move after the club were offered the chance to open talks over a deal. Tottenham signed the Denmark international in a £20 million deal from Southampton 3 years ago. However, new boss Ange Postecoglou is willing to let Højbjerg depart along with several other first-team starts, including England international Eric Dyer. United were keen to bring in Fiorentina's Sofyan Amrabat but could now turn to Højbjerg as a different option amid a spate of early-season injuries to key personnel. The 28-year-old was previously set to join Atletico Madrid after negotiations were opened between the two clubs before eventually breaking down. There was also interest from Saudi Arabia, but Højbjerg wanted to remain in European football. Spurs manager Postecoglou favors a midfield 3 of Yves Bissouma, James Maddison and Pape Sarr, meaning Højbjerg has struggled to gain minutes so far this season. He is yet to start a match and has been reduced to 2 substitute appearances in recent wins over United and Bournemouth. In another development, numerous news outlets are reporting that Manchester United have rejected Everton loan offer for Harry Maguire. The defender is surplus to requirements at Old Trafford, despite Erik ten Hag's public declarations. United accepted a £30 million offer from West Ham earlier in the month, only for Maguire to reject a move to the London stadium. This was because Maguire, 30, demanded a massive £15 million payoff to leave Old Trafford. Maguire hasn't played a single minute of United's Premier League campaign so far, and he was stripped of the club captaincy in July. United curbed plans to sign Bayern Munich ace Benjamin Pavard following Maguire's decision to reject a move to the Hammers, and the Red Devils are unable to sanction a deal for a defender without selling Maguire. That's the reason the club have rejected a loan approach from Everton, with United making it clear they will only listen to permanent offers for Maguire. Sean Dyche is keen to bolster his defense after an alarming start to the season, which has seen the Toffees lose their opening 3 matches. But the club are unlikely to have the £30 million required to persuade United to part with Maguire, and, in any case, it's unlikely that the defender would be willing to move to Goodison Park. In other news, it is reported that Rio Ferdinand is left shocked by the criticism of Bruno Fernandes as he blasts, "How dare these people talk like that?" and lauds the Man United star as one of the most creative players in the Premier League. Rio Ferdinand has lauded Manchester United captain Bruno Fernandes as the most creative player in the Premier League, as he blasted the playmaker's critics this season. The Red Devils legend also claimed that the Portuguese midfielder was going to stand out more because he takes risks. Fernandes has been an important cog in the heart of Unted's midfield so far during the opening few matches of the 2023-24 Premier League season. But he has faced some criticism despite being involved in two of the Red Devils' goals during their 3-2 comeback victory against Nottingham Forest on Saturday afternoon. After going 2-0 down in the first 5 minutes of the game, Christian Eriksen pulled one back for United before Fernandes headed down a lofted ball into the path of Casemiro, who equalised for Erik ten Hag's side. United would be awarded a penalty later on in the game, with the 28-year-old stepping up to score his 65th goal for Man United and his first of the new season. Micah Richards was one of his more recent critics, claiming Fernandes' on-field antics have been detrimental to his side and also branded him as pathetic. Speaking on his podcast, Rio Ferdinand Presents 5, the ex-Man United defender rubbished those criticisms, claiming that he couldn't believe the examination Fernandes had received. "I swear to you the flack he has been getting this last week," Ferdinand added. "I've been sitting there with my mouth wide open, thinking, how dare these people talk like that? He's been the most creative player in the league this last season. He's the most creative player at this point in the season so far. He's the first player to get 10 goal opportunities created for his teammates out of anybody. Since he's come to the club, he's outperformed every other player in terms of goals created, chances made and assists." Ferdinand instead lumped praise on the United captain, claiming that the midfielder stands out more than others in the league because of his character. "Players like Bruno Fernandes are going to stand out more than any other player on the pitch for one reason: they take risks," he said. "When he takes a risk and it goes well, they're going to stand out more than everyone else. But when it doesn't go well, that's why there's a big hurrah about it, because he's the one with the big balls, the big cojones to go out there. Do you know how scared some players are to take risks? Do you know what character that takes?" Joel Bea, who also appeared in the episode, asked him, "Do you have any examples of that? Any players that you've seen the opposite of?" "I just think all big players, because there's some players that don't play elaborate balls. I'm trying to think of some players that were risk takers," Ferdinand responded. Joel Bea again asked him, "Did you ever see Scholesy, that is Paul Scholes, hide for a little period?" "Nah, never. I've never seen Scholesy hide," the ex-Man United defender replied. "That's such a big trait that you cannot gauge on graphs and tables. For instance, there's moments when for the last week Bruno has been drilled, goes out and takes risks and takes chances and is the most creative player in the team on the weekend. That's character. That's what you need." Fans, do you think the club should buy Pierre-Emile Højbjerg as our midfield reinforcement? Leave your comments below in the comments section. Till next time, thank you for watching.